Brandon Staley have an exit interview this week as far as
I don't.
exit of the season? Is that coming up?
Yeah. They'll have discussions here. Yesterday, today, they'll have conversations. Over the next couple of days. As an organization to figure out what the best way to move forward is, because like in reality, when you blow a lead like that, even though you made the playoffs for the first time since 2018, even though you're improving, something has to change after you have a debacle like that.
But let's factor in ownership here.
Mm-hmm.
How different are they from other ownerships around the NFL in making a move like this or not making a move?
Yeah, they tend to stick with coaches longer than most owners. There are a lot of owners out there who will make snap decisions, who will have knee-jerk reactions, especially after something like this, who will fire Frank Reich and name Jeff Saturday head coach, a guy who's, never been on a sideline as a head coach in his career. There are owners out there who will do that. I don't think the Spanoses are those type of owners. They like to see things through. They like to give their coaches a full opportunity to, in Anthony Lynn's case, turn things around, in Brandon Staley's case, to keep things building. And I think, like in this case, they are building to something. And I know this feels like a huge step back because you blow a 27-0 lead on national television. But talking to these players over the last couple of days, they feel like they are building something here. And they feel like if you move on from Brandon Staley, and especially defensively, you have to start over from step one. Like that is a daunting task for these guys, because they just felt like over this down the stretch of this season that they had started to really come into their own in this scheme, figure out their roles in this scheme, and start to play defensively the way that they felt like they were capable of. And they don't want to have to do that reset and cultivate those relationships over again.
Who's the head coach of the Chargers next year?
Brandon Staley. Yeah. I think he's, in my opinion, he's earned another season. I think the organization feels like he's earned another season. He's young and he's inexperienced, and they knew that when they hired him. They knew that he had been coaching in Division III in that point 5 years ago, at this point 6 years ago. There's going to be a learning process for him in terms of how he wants to go about things, and he's going to make mistakes, like being way too optimistic in the public sphere when he's talking about Mike Williams all week, altering his fourth down decision making from one season to the next season. But the things that are important, he is very good at. And I think the hardest part about being a head coach in the NFL is developing relationships with players, earning their trust, and cultivating a sustainable culture. And I feel like Brandon Staley has achieved those things. He has improved from his first season to his next season. And I feel like the organization thinks that he's building towards something despite this step back. And I really feel like Brandon Staley is going to be the head coach. Now, the rest of the coaching staff, we'll see. But I feel like Brandon Staley will be the head coach of the Chargers next season.